It's difficult to maintain confidence when you know you've cut corners or slacked either in your mental or physical preparation. But when you've put in the time and effort to do what you need to do, it's hard not to have confidence when you know you're prepared. Hey, welcome back. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. So this is something I've talked about in the past, but last night on the Confident Athlete call, I actually had this conversation with that group. We talked about being confident and building confidence by being prepared. And then it was a great topic, so I actually shared it in the High Achievers Mindset Secrets Facebook group as well. And I thought, why not share it here as well? Because I think it's something that we all need to look at in how our preparation really has an impact on our level of confidence. Whether you're an athlete, whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever you're doing, your confidence has a huge impact on how you're going to perform. So what does this mean? When you're, talking about what I said at the very beginning, it's hard to maintain confidence when you know you've cut corners or you just haven't done things that you should be. One of the things I use as an example as a basketball coach, as we're doing our conditioning, there's always the players that will just cut short of the line. They don't quite go all the way. They just try to make it a little bit easier on themselves by not quite touching the lines. Well, they're shorting themselves. They're cheating themselves, and they know they're not physically or mentally as prepared as they could be. And so when is that going to come back to haunt them? It will at some point. And as an entrepreneur, the same thing. If you know that you've cut corners, if you're in a situation where you've got to prepare to your board of directors, you've got to prepare to do a sales presentation or something, and you haven't put in the time and effort to prepare for it, where's your level of confidence going to be? Where's your level of persuasion going to be? But when you've done everything you can to prepare for that, you can go up there and you're going to present just like you need to, because you're confident in what you have done, what you're going to present, and you've got the ability to go do that. And so one of the things I shared in there is a conversation I had on episode 219 of this podcast with Tyson Durfey. I encourage you to go back and listen to it. It's an incredible interview with Tyson. Tyson's a world champion calf roper. And I talked to him about how he got to that level. And he talked about his preparation that gave him that confidence. And, again, go to episode 219. And this part starts at the 3-minute, 30-second mark, and it goes to about 8 minutes. And he talks about the time that he put in from when he was in high school until he was a world champion. And he talks about Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, and how Malcolm Gladwell says you need to put in 10,000 hours of work to get to that expert level. And Tyson says, I've gone beyond that and looked, what does it take to become a world champion? He figured it had been about 20,000 hours. And he talked about how he started in high school and dedicating himself to getting up early every morning and working on his skill, coming home after school, working on his skill, doing it day in, day out, knowing what his goal is and having that desire that he was going to get there. And then he talked about when it came time to really perform, he had that confidence. He says, I felt like I deserved it more than others because I knew no one else had put in the time and effort that I had. And so what is it that you're doing that you can put in the time and effort that you need to get to that level? Now we look at the 10,000 hours. Where are you at? That's a tough thing if you haven't been putting in time, because you break that down. 10,000 hours. If you want to say, okay, how many 8-hour days do I need to put in? That's 1,250 days. Okay, what if I can only work on it 3 hours a day? That's over 3,300 days. And so this is something that you're looking long term. You want this, and you've got to dedicate yourself to get to that level of perfection over a longer term. You've got to put in the time and effort to gain that perfectionism. Now, Tyson, this was about a year ago that I had this interview. At that time, he was at about 32,000 hours, he figured. And so that's going way back to when he was in high school, putting in hours and hours every day, to today, where he's a world champion, continuing to perfect his skill. So what is it you want? How bad do you want it? And what are you willing to do to get to that level? But just like Tyson was saying, when you put in that work, when you put in that effort, when you put in that time, you feel like you deserve it. You've put it in and you deserve to win. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do. Confidence is being prepared. If you're prepared, you're going to have a different level of confidence. So whatever it is you're doing, and whether you've got 10,000 hours or you've got 100 hours, put in the time, put in the effort, prepare, and you're going to have another level of confidence. Thanks for being with me. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, love to hear them from you. I'd love for you to still jump on, join my Bigger Future webinar. You can catch the replay, and then on Wednesday you can come on the second live call. Really appreciate if you do that. So go to jeffheggie.com/biggerfuture and you can get in there for free. Thanks for being with me. I'll be back tomorrow. Hey, athletes and parents of athletes. So much time, money, and effort is put into the physical aspect of your sport to become the best you can be. But the mental game, it's often neglected, and it's just as important as the physical game. In fact, it's usually the differentiator between the good and the great athletes. Come and join me in the Confident Athlete program where you'll learn to control your confidence, develop a powerful mindset, and unlock your full potential. Go to jeffheggie.com/confidentathlete to find out more. I look forward to seeing you there. Hey, some of you may know this, but in addition to my coaching, I've recently joined Geneva Financial Home Loans, a mortgage lender headquartered in Chandler, Arizona, as a mortgage loan originator. I've always had a passion for serving others, and now I'm proud to also be a part of Home Loans Powered by Humans. If you're in the state of Arizona and looking to take the next step in your journey, contact me at 801-830-3858 to start the conversation. NMLS number 42056, BK number 0910215, Equal Opportunity Lender.